She's so fast! Yeah, but I guess those leg blades really help a lot, no? Because it's like the springs, no? It can just spring you across, you know? It doesn't take long for us to be walking at a comfortable pace down the hallway. It almost feels like we're going for a stroll together, something that I can't say I've really done before with a girl. Hanako doesn't seem to be thinking the same thing though. Even though we are walking at the same pace, she never comes within arm's reach of me. I guess she's still a little uncomfortable around me. Given how shy she is, there doesn't seem to be much helping it, at least for now. By the time we arrive at the cafeteria, there is not much of a crowd there, but Lily is nowhere to be seen. I wonder where she could be. Could she be in that abandoned room? Hanako's head sinks even lower than usual. Have you looked somewhere else already? Just at the library. I was reading. So she does spend the classes she skips at the library. Ah, so not exactly a thorough search then. Well, if I had to guess, she'll be in her own class like she usually said, right? Right. With the slightest of nods, Hanako agrees with my reasoning. God, she's being so awkward. It's like I need double-layered silk gloves with padding to even begin interacting with her. Some small talk might help her become a bit more used to me. It isn't hard to tell that the silence between us is hovering on the edge of both our minds. So you and Lily usually hang out together after class, right? Yes. I'm not quite sure what I expected from her answer, nor why I even asked the question. That much was rather obvious after all. She doesn't seem like the type to cultivate a social circle either, so I suspect that Lily may well be her only friend. Must be a pain being in different classes, I'm guessing. She gives a sharp, almost reflexive nod. Compared to Lily's careful thought about her actions and speech, Hanako hastens to make her answers as prompt and short as possible. So like, Hisao, why don't you ask some questions that actually get her to think, get her to actually speak up more, yeah? Because those questions that you just asked, those are like pretty much yes or no, answers, those questions will only give you yes or no answers, basically. So yeah, we should ask questions that actually get her to think and speak up more. Yeah. Lily comes by the classroom though, even when she's busy. She gives a small smile as she says it, evidently appreciating the fact that Lily goes out of her way to help her. It's pretty cute, really. There isn't any need to say more. Both of us contend that the discussions reached an end. As we ascend the stairs back to the lobby, we are met by a group of students heading downstairs like a school of fish moving from one feeding area to another. That dramatic, huh? They seem to be keeping mostly to themselves, but before I can notice her doing so, Hanako has moved around behind me. Oh, hey, are you alright? Just keep going. Are you scared that other people see your face? Is that it? The students pass us without as much as a second glance, and Hanako takes up position to my side again as we enter the building. Her momentary reprieve from her anxiety all but snatched away. Even as we climb towards the third floor, she doesn't seem to relax. I think Hanako definitely needs to learn to be more accepting of her nature, because I think from the way I see it, it looks like, Hanako is definitely scared of other people because of her scar. She's afraid of showing her scar to other people, so that's why you can see why she has that fear in her. So we need to help her to overcome that. Yeah. It isn't as if I've never known a shy person before, or even shy girls, but Hanako seems to be pretty far beyond what I would call normal in her fear of other people. If it weren't for Lily acting as a mediator, I doubt Hanako would have even been able to walk beside me like this. She seems to completely shut down in the presence of others. The rest of the walk up to Lily's classroom continues in strained silence, while I rue her inability to socialize at all. After we make our way up the stairs, the noise coming from Lily's classroom is audible from halfway down the hallway. I wasn't expecting such a din at all. And I can definitely hear people speaking. So there's some form of a commotion. Could they be arguing, that sort of thing? Well, I guess we found her. This wasn't hard. Did Hanako come here first, then come to me for backup, I wonder? Well, if that's true, then at least she's starting to trust me a little. That can only be a good thing. Yeah! We're progressing, guys. Eventually, the two of us reached the door to class 3-2. With Hanako less than subtly positioning herself behind me, I opened the door. Oh! Wait, just give me a sec here. This classroom looks very different from Hisao's classroom. It's like they don't even look the same, but I thought, you know, the school is supposed to have classrooms that look consistently the same, but apparently not. This classroom looks really very different from Hisao's classroom. So does that mean like different levels have different styles of classrooms? Who knows? Inside is a hive of activity. Seemingly every student in the class talking at once as they work hurriedly on their separate tasks. Going by the paint cans, decorations and banners being made, it must be for the upcoming school festival. I guess my first priority should be finding Lily. There. Finding her among the din is surprisingly easy, not the least because of her looks. With a couple of students gathered around her as she stands at the front of the class, she seems to be in charge of the preparations, or at least busy organizing them. And now you see, she's actually busy preparing for the student council, so she has no right to, you know, say that she's being lazy, Lily is being lazy and all that. Come on. We must bring Shizune to this class and then let her see for herself just how hardworking Lily actually is. Carefully negotiating a path through the various students hunched over the floor for lack of desk space, I raise a hand entirely out of habit as we finally reach Lily. Hi Lily. She perks her head up as she breaks off talking to a noticeably smaller girl, who must be her classmate, trying to listen as best she can. Sorry, who? Sorry, Hisao. I have Hanako too. Hi. She's pretty skittish. Considering the number of people around, it isn't too hard to work out why. Lily takes a moment's pause to assess the situation before turning to the other student once again. For the moment, just ask Maria for his advice. Kenji's busy with painting one of the banners already. Oh, Kenji? Wait, is that Kenji, right? The one who wears specs? He's in the same class as Lily. Oh, I can only imagine the chaos. A quick nod and she bounces off, fingers carefully sliding along the wall's face for orientation. Wait, Kenji? That Kenji? Yeah! I quickly turn around, leaning to the side to see past Hanako. Sure enough, in the corner of the room, Kenji's hunched over a sheet of cloth as he paints it. His eyes remain only inches from the brush, reminding me of how close he had to be to make out my face when I met him. Better not alert him. Sorry about that. Our class doesn't have many students with even partial eyesight, so they're in high demand. Oh, okay, and I guess I understand why this classroom is so different from Hisao's classroom. The fact that it's mostly white in color, the walls, I guess that has something to do with helping the students, you know, with partial eyesight and totally blind and all that. I guess white is kind of a good color for that. Yeah, now I understand why the classroom is different. It has to do with, it helps in, basically it helps. I think it helps in those students who are blind and all that, you know, to better navigate through the room. That's right, Class 3-2 was specially for students with poor vision. Preparing for the festival must be pretty arduous for them. Need a hand? I could give you help if you need some. Maybe Hanako could too. A chance to set her mind on something would do her good, but I doubt she has the courage to ask outright. She quickly nods in affirmation afterwards, so I'm confident I made the right move. Lily gives a noticeable sigh of relief. That's good. This might actually get finished before everyone goes off to dinner now. Would you be able to help the person painting the main banner? It's a big task for him to do, but nobody else can help. Oh no, you're asking me to help Kenji? No! No! Oh well. Kenji? Sure. She seems surprised that I know him. I can't really blame her. I take it that you have met? Our rooms in the dorm are right next to each other. Hard to miss each other, really. Well, it's good to see you getting met so fast. I'm just mimicking the hand covering over the mouth. Friend. I wonder if that's the right word to use for him. Hanako's silence during the proceedings reminds me of the reason I put her up to helping in the first place. We'll go help him then. He knows what needs doing, right? That's right. Just ask him if you have any problems. Alright, here we go. Chorusing in accent, Hanako and I begin another trek across the classroom. Kenji sits crouched on the floor, his gaze fixed on the white calico in front of him. Hey Kenji. Okay, that means because I remember Kenji saying that Kenji is partially blind, right? So yeah, he is partially blind. That's why he's in this class. Makes sense. But then again, I mean, I'm sure there are different levels catering especially to blind students, right? Or partially blind students. So this is the class 3. So in other words, Kenji is actually is the same age as Hisao, because Hisao is in class 3, right? Like, yeah, the 3rd year of high school, the same grade as Kenji and Niji. So yeah, no answer. He continues dragging his paint-soaked brush across the large half-painted kanji that's sketched on the sheet in pencil. Kenji? Huh? What? Who is it? If this is the way he treats class members, it's no small wonder he's working on this alone. It's me. I didn't catch that. Hold on. It's me, Hisao, from the... Alright, right. I know that, man. What you doing here, though? His dismissive attitude annoys me. He must be the type to really get focused on his work, hating to be disturbed by anyone until he's done, I suppose. While we talk, the sound of Hanako's footsteps as she walks out from behind me reminds me that she's here. I was just going to help with the banner. Hanako and I, that is. Hello? Oh, hey, I guess that's okay. As soon as Hanako enters the equation, his demeanor takes a complete about-face. His sudden forced hospitality is slightly unsettling. And didn't I remember Kenji saying something about what? Feminine revolution or something like that? That he hates females and all that? No? That females are dangerous creatures or something like that? Why is he suddenly so friendly with a girl? Alright, women. On second thoughts, this may not have been a great idea after all. Uh-oh. What are you trying to do, Kenji? Don't do any funny things, okay? Hanako and I grudgingly set ourselves down on the opposite side of the cloth banner to Kenji, noting the several small paint tints on the ground around it. Class 3-2. Noodle store? You guys selling noodles at the festival on Sunday? Yeah, some stores outside. Or something. His non-committal nature sparks a fair amount of suspicion on my behalf. the task at hand comes first though. So how do you want to split this? We do borders while you do the text, or do you want to switch and do the borders? Text is mine, you do borders. He has surprisingly strong feelings on the topic. As I reach over to grab a brush, I notice Hanako's already debating between colors to use. By the time I've put brush to cloth, she's already started on the delicate pattern. Looks like my idea of taking her mind off everyone around her worked. With a dark blue stroke, the three of us silently get to work. Not before Kenji takes advantage of Hanako's working to lean towards me and whisper, conspirationally though, what? What? Okay man, why are you here? Hanako just wanted some help to find Lily, that's all. He apparently disapproves of my motivations. I get it. It looks like I misjudged you. You're infatuating them, aren't you? Going deep undercover? I should have guessed. Letting the truth slip by him would probably be better than outright lying or annoying him in any case. Is that why you're here? Obviously. It sucks. But there's no better way to get intel than going yourself, eh? We gotta stick together, man. This is a harsh school. A harsh world. Yes, very harsh. He misses my true meaning as he leans back. Satisfied I'm sympathetic to his cause. I better get down to work. Finished. Looks like I am too. Good job. The two of us connect up the lines of our patterns, mine being as close a copy as I could manage of hers. With a grunt, I level myself up from the floor and look around. Aside from Hanako and myself, there's only Kenji left, finishing off a sign, as well as Lily and a couple of students talking among themselves in the classroom. Looking at my watch, it's no surprise. It's getting pretty late. Need a hand? I offer a hand to Hanako, which she uses to get herself up. As she does, I can't help but glance at her wrists. If her scars extend even to there, just how much of her body was burned? Probably half of her body, the right side, the whole right side, I guess. I feel a pang of guilt about it, however, as she quickly covers her wrist with her other hand. Looks good, doesn't it? She looks surprised for a moment before noticing that I mean the banner. Yeah, I don't mean the scar though. It does, I guess. Her smile shows that she feels a slight sense of pride in the result, just as I do. With the floor significantly neater for the decorations being placed on desks and shelves, it's much easier to get to Lily as we cross the room. We have finished the banner. I guess that's all needs to be done. Lily gives an appreciative nod. Thank you, Hisao, Hanako. If there's any way I can thank you. It's fine. Beats sitting in my room studying at any rate. I don't mind either. She nods, before suddenly remembering one last person. Kenji. Oh, is Kenji still here? Just as I open my mouth, Kenji gives the answer from the other side of the room. Yeah, just finished. He carefully slides his sign onto an empty section of shell to dry, before quickly walking past us and out the door. Just like that. Okay. Oh. See ya, man. Bye. Okay. The remaining two students say their goodbyes to Lily before taking their cue to leave as well, leaving only the three of us. Well, I guess that's everyone. I hope we don't have to do anything like that again. Working past school time? Indeed. The class plans this year were ambitious. Maybe too ambitious. So it's like shots fired at Shizune since she's the one who planned all this. The stars look though. She's right. It shows that a lot of work's gone into them. My. I'm sure a lot of us will be glad to hear that. At least now there's not much work to do until the festival itself. It's getting pretty late. Should we go? That's probably a good idea. Are you going back to the dorms as well, Hisao? Yeah, I guess I'll tag along. Oh, this. So we're at the night time, the night trees and all. Let me just take a good look at the background. Oh, there's a bench there too. I think we're walking past the garden or something like that. The nighttime lighting really makes the gardens look quite different. Compared to the usual look of lush greenery, things are much more calm, or much calmer. Being that it's so late, the lack of students around probably helps. The odd one or two can be seen scurrying to and from the dorms, trying to eke the most out of their approaching curfews, but no more. All that can be heard is our footsteps, in addition to Lily's cane regularly gently tapping the ground in front of her. It's nice to finally be able to relax a bit after the mad rush during school. Without even noticing it, I let out a small yawn. Tired? Yeah, still getting used to the flow of things, I guess. The thing with Shizune took me kind of off guard though. I grit my teeth a little at the candid mention of their rather public spat. That said, I do want to sort out what in the world was behind it. Yeah, like, let's be friends again. Or let's be friends in the first place. About that, I'm sorry about it being so public. Shizune and I go back some ways. Her voice seems slightly irritated as she remembers. Shizune obviously unwilling to discuss it any further. I glanced to Hanako for her views on this, but her expression is, unsurprisingly, evasive and difficult to read. Either way, I guess her apologizing for it is something, even if my curiosity goes unanswered. I'll be glad once the festival is over in any case. The change of topic is welcome, clearing the thickening air quickly. I can imagine. My old school's festivals were a lot more low-key than this. Yamaku stresses the idea of a school community, so the staff likes to make our festivals and such special occasions. And yet the students are the ones who do the work. What an unfair world. But that's how it works, you know. Because these festivals, we create the festivals. You know, it's the tradition. Hanako and Lily both chuckle in agreement, savoring the fact that none of the staff are around to hear our grumbling. I suppose coming from a strict August school helped me a bit with Yamaku. Compared to there, Yamaku is much more relaxed. Oh, is that so? That would go a way towards explaining her well-bred speech and behavior in any case. As we come up to the dormitories, it eventually comes time to leave for our respective rooms. See you, Lily, Hanako. The two both give polite nods before setting off to the women's dorms, just next to the guys. Okay, so the dorms are actually separated by gender. I thought they are mixed, you know. No, but really, yeah, they are separated. Okay. As is to be expected of such an arrangement, there's a staff member casually patrolling around outside to prevent any nighttime shenanigans. Walking past him, I quickly stretch my arms and rub my back, or rather my neck, both quite sore after having worked on the floor for so long, before walking to my room. It feels good to actually have direction though. After so long in the hospital, the everyday facts of studying, homework, and teachers seem almost a blessing. I guess if things continue like this, my time at Yamaku might turn out okay. Adhering to the nurse's nagging voice in the back of my head, I set my alarm clock to wake me up early enough to go jogging again. And we're gonna meet Amy again, yeah. I made a promise and I'm gonna keep it. Besides, Amy is bound to rat on me if I don't show up. But it's not all that bad. At least we get to go run with a girl, oh yeah. Alright, so the next day. My morning alarm goes off, and I flail about uselessly for a while until I remember that I had decided to give morning runs another shot. I don't know if this was my greatest idea, but I'm determined to keep going. And we're gonna meet Amy, We're gonna run just because of a girl, Yeah, for the sake of a girl, we're gonna run. This is about my health after all, and girls. Sure, things haven't been great lately for me, but that hasn't made existence so intolerable that I'm not gonna try everything I can to stay healthy. Besides, it's all about asserting some kind of control over this thing, right? If I can manage that, well, I can manage anything. At least that's what I keep telling myself. Once again, it would appear that I'm not alone in my run. Amy has apparently been here for some time. It looks like she's already worked up a good sweat. Just when the hell does she come down here anyway? Very early, I guess. Oh, it's you! I'm surprised to see you again. Why is that? Well, not many people actually manage to come back for a second try. She frowns, seemingly annoyed by a passing thought. Like the rest of the track team, for instance. Oh, so they're stackers. Still, it was only supposed to be on a volunteer basis, so it's not that big of a shock. And I guess it's pretty early in the morning. A shrug, and suddenly it appears that she's forgotten what she was talking about. The frown disappears entirely, and she seems to snap back to her previous train of thought. So, come on then. What? You're here to run again, right? Well, yes, and she definitely looks very cute. Like seriously, it's so cute in this pose. Yeah. So come on. I find myself suddenly grabbed and yanked onto the track. Things seem to be set on mirroring yesterday's run. That is, I seem to be struggling, while Amy moves with an effortlessness that I find enviable. It's incredibly bothersome to be so easily worn out. I know I should be patient, work towards things gradually, but it's difficult to stay positive about this. We round the track and start on our second lap. Amy seems to have grown impatient keeping pace with me and begins to pull away. Oh, this is where I gave out yesterday. Will I be able to do more? Well, of course I'm gonna go for it, man. Why am I gonna take it easy? Am I serious to take it easy? Come on. We cannot let Amy beat us this time. Go for it. What am I doing here? Precisely, you're here to run and beat Amy. Am I really just gonna fold and let Amy pull ahead? I speed up. The second lap's done quickly, and without even considering it, I keep going. Amy looks back over her shoulder at me and grins. See, that's the spirit. Still going? Want you pan to think I'm out of shape? Oh, okay. Why am I even saying? Wouldn't want you to think I'm out of shape? Amy laughs, without breaking her stride, no less, and speeds up even more. Oh, well, if this is the way we're gonna play things, I increase my own pace as well. I can feel my lungs burning, and my legs are starting to question just what the hell I think I'm doing. Lactic acid screams in my muscles, but I close my ears. I can't let myself fall behind, because that would be a loss. The rational voice in my head inquires mildly just when we started playing a game. I will answer it, but I'm having a lot of trouble thinking at present. She's so fast! Yeah, but I guess those leg blades really help a lot, because it's like they're springs, you can just spring you across, How the hell does she get? Crap. Oh no. Now I'm pushing it already. I forgot about the heart. It's like a string pulling at my chest, a choking feeling of narrowness and pain. Before I can think of anything else, then oh shit, the track disappears from under my feet. Shit. I stumble, one hand shooting down to clutch at my chest, the other hitting the track to keep me from falling on my face. Amy whirls around and her eyes widen. She doesn't know about Hisao's condition. Hisao! She yells at me, sprinting from the other side of the track. What's wrong? Nothing. Just keep your breathing steady. Calm down. Don't panic. Don't panic. Relax. Needed me to get the nurse? I close my eyes, shutting out the outside world. Oh crap. My heart struggles to regain its freedom. Slowly, the pain in my chest begins to subside. Yes, calm down. Soon it's gone like nothing happened. It was nothing? No, something happened there. I open my eyes again and glance at a very worried Amy. I think I'm fine. My voice sounds weird even to myself, oddly even and matter of fact. It makes Amy frown. I don't think you are. She seems to come to a decision and nods to herself. Right, you're coming with me. You've got to see the nurse. Amy grabs my arm and drags me up. I feel a bit wobbly, but I refuse the shoulder Amy offers for support. Honestly, I'm a little ashamed by my own weakness. I would really rather not have Amy concerned about me, but it seems to be too late. Heck, I would really rather not have anyone concerned about my condition, though at this point it seems to be too late for that as well. I would like to be able to deal with the whole thing on my own, without being a bother to anyone else. But sometimes you need help, you know. You can't just be stubborn and say everything is fine and all that. While I'm wishing for things, I would rather not have this condition in the first place. But if you don't have this condition in the first place, you won't end up in this school. That's the thing. The point of this visual novel is to date with disabled girls. Yes. But anyway. Nurse! Amy crashes into his office without knocking, but it doesn't alarm the nurse in the least. Good morning, Sunshine. What's up? Sunshine? Anyway, he calmly sips from his coffee mug, but lays it down after following Amy's gaze to me looming in the doorway. Hisao? What brings you here? We were running and he stumbled over and started grabbing at his chest and I thought I would come. Oops. That was a bit too fast. Let me backtrack a bit. I can't get you and make him wait there, but he said he was okay, but then I thought you should see him anyway and... Alright. Alright. Easy there, Amy. Calm down. Hisao? What happened? I don't know. We were running, and then my chest started hurting like that time before, but it went away after a few seconds. It was just a flutter or something. The nurse frowns, as if to say that just a flutter is some kind of oxymoron. Yeah, I don't think it's that simple, I didn't mean quite this. When I suggested to get some exercise, you've got to be more careful, Hisao. Like, yes, you can exercise, but don't push it also, I was being careful. Come to think of it, I just got into a race with a member of the track team. Doesn't seem as well reasoned as I thought it would be. Yeah, you're gonna kill you, man. You just what? That is... I was facing Amy. Amy, is this true? Amy fidgets, looking adorably contrite. Well... Finally, she can't seem to bring herself to say it aloud, and merely nods. The nurse sighs and rubs at his forehead with one hand tightly. Amy, you've got to be more sensitive to the limits of others. I don't know if he told you, but Hisao has a bad heart, and getting him to raise you was incredibly irresponsible. No, don't blame Amy. Amy doesn't know about Hisao's condition, so yeah, give her a break, Actually, I started it. The nurse is stunned by my statement, yeah. You what? We were just running, and Amy started to pull away, and so I sped up to catch her, The nurse stares at the ceiling, mutters a prayer for patience to some god or another, and looks back down at the both of us. So you're both stupid. That's a comfort, I guess. Now come on, Hisao. I've got to make sure your heart's not going to explode or something. I dutifully obey and follow him to the adjacent room, where we are certain that I am, in fact, not going to keel over and die. So how does he feel? I don't know, nothing much. Tired, but it might just be from the exercise. You should stay here for a few hours and rest, and we'll see how you feel after that. I'm not gonna object, so I lie down on the infirmary bed. You know, Hisao's condition is really very serious. He's like, really have to be damn careful because otherwise you get heart attack. Wow, not cool, man, not cool. A thoroughly miserable Amy comes in after getting an earful from the nurse in the other room. But hey, at least, you know, but it's the right choice to, you know, go for, you know, chase after Amy. Because if you don't, while it's true that it will save you from that, you know, that heart problem again, you won't win over Amy's heart that way. Yeah, she won't be happy, and then you'll lose points. Yeah, so I still, of course, feel that, you know, going for it, chase after Amy is the right choice. You definitely make her even happy, right? Happier, you know, make her happy. Yeah. Okay. I couldn't hear what he said through the closed door, but I'm sure it wasn't pleasantries. Look, I'm really, really sorry. Oh no, don't blame yourself, it's my fault. I should have been more careful. Hey, you didn't know. It's not your fault, yeah. She looks awfully down and sorry, and my reassurances don't do anything much to cheer her up. I want to make it up to you. Again with that decisive. Now see, this is the trick, you know. Make her feel sorry for you, then you can be with her even longer, right? Yeah. So you have to come to lunch with me. See? Good, right? I'll bring it for you, okay? Something really, really good. I start with her, dude. You don't have to, but then shut up and just nod at her when I see her face. Good. We meet on the roof. We? Yep. The weather's nice now. So the roof's a great spot for lunch, you know? I see. You'll come, right? Of course. You wouldn't mind me the chance to look after you? Of course not, yeah. Great. See you there. Amy is actually also quite a cute girl. I don't mind going for her, but I think my mind is made up. I'm going for Hanako. Though if I can't get her, then Amy will be second choice. Yes, but yeah, I'm not changing my targets. No, my primary target now is Hanako. So anyway, I stay afloat somewhere between asleep and awake, feeling completely drained. Not only my body, but all of me is limp and paralyzed, apart from my senses. I swallow with difficulty and then try to lie as still as I can, which in this state is not a very hard thing to do. The nurse is shuffling around on the other side of the curtains he drew to give me privacy. I can see his shadow shifting about in the sunlight. He has opened the window of his office. It's windy outside. The clean white curtains flutter in the breeze in a heavy lazy motion, like waves. Light seeps through them slowly, half absorbing into the fabric. I close my eyes. The breeze on my face feels like the soft fabric of the curtains. I listen to the sound of my heartbeat for a moment, trying to shut out the sound of the nurse tapping away on his computer, and my own heavy breathing. It's steady. Good. Damn it. Not even a week and I end up like this again. I really screwed up this time. Should have known better than to play the half-baked sports star in front of a real one. Yeah, but hey, it's this kind of attitude that will win girls over, you know. I definitely made the right choice, you know. Yeah. And why did I try to act brave, like that heart flutter was no big deal, even when it was obvious that it was, because you're trying to be brave, you know. It was just a reflex, to push it away, to keep it inside. I didn't want it to happen. I didn't want Amy to see it. But you know, when you are in love with a girl, when you have feelings for a girl, yeah, that's that. Stupid, stupid, stupid! I have to be more careful, or I will end up in the hospital again, or worse. ... That's my final thought before I give in to the tiredness. Alright, so I guess we'll wake up during lunchtime. Okay. I fell asleep. For how long? What time is it? I'm feeling a little lightheaded and I keep blinking compulsively. Pushing the curtain aside, I squint my eyes against the unfiltered light pouring in from the window. The texture of the canvas feels nothing like the wind did before. The nurse looks up from his work, sitting exactly where he was before. How are you feeling? I can't really tell, so I don't answer anything. I'm feeling kinda groggy from falling asleep at such a weird time. Hopefully I don't look too weird. Yeah, actually I do get that feeling. It's like when I fall asleep during the day and then I wake up, I will feel groggy as opposed to if I sleep at night, you know. Yeah. That's unless, if let's say if I sleep very late at night and then, you know, I wake up probably like 10, 11 AM very late in the morning. Yeah, then I will also feel pretty groggy too. Yeah. What time is it? Me croaking the question to gain some orientation. The nurse looking at his wristwatch before answering. Things seem to happen in slow motion. 10:15. Oh, so I guess we slept for about 3 hours? I tried to think for a moment what that means, but I'm not really sure. Well, it's basically 10:15 AM. You didn't answer my question, Hisao. Oh, fine. Climb down from that bed then, and let's see how you're doing. Don't. Oh, I tried to do exactly that, only to sway dizzily when I've moved too fast. The nurse moves to support me by an arm and sighs. Stand up too quickly is what I was going to say. Just sit there. I'll check your pressure to make sure. My good intentions sure lasted for a long time. I shut up, embarrassed with myself, while the nurse gets busy with an old-fashioned contraption at my arm. After a couple of minutes, he puts it away, looking neither pleased nor unhappy. You're right. Heat stop stimating? Yeah. Good. And how are the contents doing? You didn't show very good judgment out there, Hisao. Oh, I sure did. You know, in order to win a girl, I showed very good judgment. At the expense of my health, that is. I swallowed the retort I was going to make. It's what I was thinking myself, but hearing it stated by somebody else makes me want to protest. What he's saying is not pleasant to hear. Doesn't make him any less right. I would rebel too, you know, if I were in Hisao's shoes too. No, sir. He nods, still looking as neutral as he was before. It would be easy to be angry at him if he said, "Told you so," or something, but he doesn't. I can try and help you to keep your health, but ultimately the last call lies with you. Hopefully this little episode will be something that will remind you of that. Here, a note for your teacher, to avoid an interrogation. Oh, okay. I take the slip of paper he's offering and then make my leave as I can't think of anything else to say, nor even really want to. Stay out of trouble, you hear me? I don't think it was anything but scared, but next time could be different. I hear you. There is some way to get to the school building straight from the auxiliary building, but I'm not keen to find out and possibly get lost, so I go out from the exit that I know works.